Well, this is early morning, 6:30 in fact, in Copan in Honduras. This is the Buena Vista Hotel. It's been barking dogs and cockerels all night. But we're going to see some Mayan ruins today, leaving at 7 o'clock. So, and it looks as if it's going to be another frying hot day. Breakfast in town and early morning saunter, hopefully, along to these ruins, which are about a kilometre away. And guy with the milk. These are the Mayan ruins in Copan, Honduras, which we are going to visit today. It's supposed to be very impressive. This is a model of the ruins at Copan. It's been a magnificent place in its time. This is the national bird of Honduras.
The plan is to repopulate the whole valley of
It's a bonny bird. Very noisy like most macaw.
Some of this show architectural features that we are always tempted to point out the sky, right? We always do that. So Maya believe gods are up here, man is here, and Maya interestingly has left behind all evidence in their art to show us that they believe mountains were holy places where man will go near God. They believe the corners of the earth have giants.
This is the Maya, part of the Maya complex at Copan in Honduras. This was built about 700 AD. The major Maya civilization was from, or the height of it was between 250 AD and 900 AD.
This is very similar to the Greek concept of Atlas.
This is an artist's impression of what this building was like. It was very, very highly decorated.
This is all.
It wasn't the natural mound that they adapted. It's all
No, it's all man. And builders cover it with mud to preserve the flat land of the details. This is the only building so far in Maya where we have colorful city. We call it Rosalina. And below Rosalina, archaeologists penetrate, finding earlier construction that was destroyed and once contained the burial of a woman. And in 1995, finally, a skeleton of a woman was found below.
Very, very quiet. But very, very hot.
He made me remember this even more the day when he was inaugurated for the first time, because he used the Bible of Lincoln, put his hand right on top of it. And in here, the 16th king uses the staff of the first and says, he gave it to me. He's choosing me. I'm the one entitled to.
The guy with a leaf blower, everybody else seems to be raking with a rake. He must be the boss. See some more buildings at Copan. This is the where the sort of theatrical things took place. There's a sort of they're sort of man-made. There are no internal structures as such. It's just a solid block. And every new king, if he fancied it, destroyed the old and built a new one on top. And underneath here are 5 kilometres of tunnels while they're trying to map the whole place. You can see an entrance to one just there. They're just recycled materials basically. And every layer increased the size of the pyramid. And under this little straw roof there's a dancing jaguar, and there's one at the other end. So this represents a snake. You can see the head of the snake. And this guy was saying that these are the teeth of the snake. This guide, not our guide, another guide. And where that chap's down with the peaky hat is the entrance to a sort of death part of Mayan culture. And it was where the king went to speak with the gods, as it were, and it was a centre of his power. The whole building was covered with limestone or lime plaster, and there's a little relic of it here. In fact, I think it's the only relic in the place, and it was all painted. So it was today you just see the sort of stone facades, but they were all covered. Some of them have been renovated here. This is overlooking the main sort of plaza, as it were. And down here, under this cover, you can see a very steep stairway. The higher these buildings got, the steeper the stairway became to get up to the top. So each new king who added an extra layer, the staircase became steeper and steeper and steeper. And that one is particularly steep. There are some magnificent trees here. Some of them are quite fast growing. This tree is probably only 100 years old. Produces quite soft timber. You know, mahogany that size would be 300 or 400 years old. Although they're not allowed to fell mahogany. But Honduran mahogany was a highly prized furniture wood. The days of Chippendale and others. This is the last of the great carvings in Copan to celebrate a 10-year cycle in the life of this king, the image of whom is in the middle. His son, who succeeded him 18 months later, he was the last of the kings. Masons of the final king, they didn't produce anything of this quality. and on the side are the hieroglyphics. It was produced in 751, this thing, 751 AD. And these hieroglyphics tell you of who the king was, what the year was, and what the occasion was for its construction. The rock is very soft, and you can see that it is in fact 3D. You've got carving right through. You can see it there. So it's remarkable that it's worn so well. This is the hieroglyphic staircase, which is the tallest. You can't climb it. It's very impressive. And this shows or explains how this thing comes to be so high. Also gives dates on it. Just a little bit of information about it. You can use the pause button if you want to read any more of that. This is a painting, just showing what it looked like at the time. Very, very colourful. A statement of power, like all of these things are. Sort of and this is one of the last great monuments built here before the Mayan society failed because of, well, lack of resources. Everybody went their own way. There was no sort of violent overthrowing of the kings. He just basically ran out of money.